Hi, hello. Thank you for joining us today. It's great to see so many of you here with us this evening. While we're waiting for everyone to arrive, my colleague Laura will launch a short poll. It's just one question. We would like to know, where are you joining us from today? Would be great if you could just put the name of the university in here. Thank you so much. We're just waiting for more advisors to join us, and then we'll start in a moment. All right. Amazing. Thank you so much for answering our quick poll. Um, all right. So I can see that numbers are not rising anymore. So we'll start now. Welcome to our second webinar for advisors. A special welcome to those of you who have joined us before and are already familiar with the UK Summer Institutes, and an equally warm welcome to those promoting the program at your university or college for the first time. Oops. So this is me. My name is Katharina Becker, and I'm the manager for the Summer Institutes program here at the US Fulbright Commission in London. And I'm joined today by my colleague Laura, our assistant for the US programs. And together we work closely with our UK university partners to ensure the success of the Summer Institutes and to support advisors like you as you guide students through the application process. So we hope this session will be a valuable resource, helping you advise students as they consider which Summer Institute best aligns with their interests and goals. And today's presentations will offer detailed insights into each program's themes, locations, and universities. And this is especially important as we place strong emphasis on selecting applicants who clearly articulate why they have chosen a particular institute. Please note, this webinar will be recorded and we will make it available for our applicants on our website. And we'll also follow up by email with today's slides, a copy of the application form, and our updated marketing toolkit. So in a moment, I will hand over to the University of St Andrews to begin our first presentation, followed by Queen's University Belfast, the University of Bristol, Lancaster University, and finally King's College London. We will then have dedicated time for questions, so please feel free to pop any questions into the Q&A box throughout the session. Lastly, we would like to thank our UK partner universities for their ongoing support and collaboration. Each institution puts an extraordinary amount of thought, care, and expertise into designing and delivering their Summer Institute, from crafting academically rigorous and engaging programs to organizing cultural activities and pastoral support. Their teams ensure students have an enriching, memorable, and truly transformative experience. And their commitment is what makes these opportunities not only possible, but exceptional. And we are very grateful for the dedication they bring to the partnership every year. So to kick us off, Johnny Airy will present on behalf of the University of St Andrews. He's the Summer Schools Coordinator at the University of St Andrews, overseeing the development of a variety of undergraduate level summer schools, such as St Andrews Summer Study aimed at international students, as well as bespoke faculty-led summer programs with international partners, both of which are coordinated by the university's global office. So over to you, Johnny.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Katharina, for that introduction, and thanks to everyone who's able to join today. It's a great opportunity to have a chance to speak more about our relative summer programs. As Katharina's mentioned, I work for the University of St Andrews, and I coordinate our undergraduate summer study programs. So firstly, for those who may not know, St Andrews is based in Scotland on the northeast coast. We are the oldest university in Scotland. We're over 600 years old. Recently top ranked university in Scotland and the fourth in the UK as well, according to the Complete University Guide of 2026. We're relatively small in size, at around sort of 10,000 for the total student body, but a really strong international community with students coming from over 135 countries worldwide. And I can't go without saying that we are the home of golf. There are 7 golf courses and 5 beaches in St Andrews and surrounding areas, you can see from the image as well. So it's a great setting to be able to spend your summer studying with us. So this Summer Institute that we partner with Fulbright on, it it forms part of our wider summer program. So we offer 2, 3, and 4 week courses across a variety of disciplines, and it really gives undergraduate students a chance to spend their summer studying for credit while immersing themselves not just academically but also culturally at one of the UK's most historic universities. As you can see, it's a great opportunity to learn from expert academics and be part of that international community as well. The courses are all generally designed to provide kind of experiential learning and encourage collaboration amongst students as well, and taking advantage of all the academic resources that the university can offer as well. We do also emphasise immersive experiences for students to be able to experience Scotland through field trips, a mixture of cultural activities as well as unique local events as well. And then we also try and provide a balance for all of our courses as well, and give time for students to explore St Andrews and Scotland as well in their own time independently. They're only here for a short period of time, so it's really maximising that time while they're here. Catherine, if you can go to the next slide, please. Brilliant, thank you. So this year's course, and it's been part of our UKSI offering for the past 2 years, is Scotland's History, Kingdom, Nation, People. This course is 3 weeks long. It is credit bearing as well, and it really dives into Scotland's rich history and identity, and it really allows for students to connect with the places and people that have shaped the nation. It also covers a lot of the pivotal moments that have really shaped Scotland's identity. There's a list of some of the major topics that that we cover, and it goes into more detail on our website and also the Fulbright UKSI website as well. And just beyond the classroom as well, again, as I previously mentioned, with all of our courses, it's about immersing the students in Scotland's living culture. And through that looks we go beyond the classroom each week, weekly excursions for students to visit the locations that kind of really bring what they're learning in the classroom to life. Whether it's kind of castles, palaces, Scotland's got the whole lot, and we really try and make sure that the students get to go and see those places for themselves and experience them firsthand. In terms of it being credit bearing as a course, it is equivalent to sort of 3 US credits in general. We always ask applicants in general to check with their home institutions regarding credit transfer, but it is a credit bearing course. And then in terms of just who this might be open to, obviously it sounds very kind of historically based. It's certainly an advantage of being in St Andrews and taking advantage of the history that is all around us. But it's also ideal for those across disciplines, those who are interested in global context, identity, learning about how nations are formed and what has caused them to be formed in that kind of way. We held an info session actually for our own summer program actually yesterday, and we had some of our alumni students join. And I think the highlight for them that they really raised was the immersive aspects of the course, and really the difference between reading something on a page and being able to see it in front of you in real life was a real highlight for them as well. So whether it is this course or one of our other courses that we have, it's perfect for those who are looking for kind of a culturally immersive program, and it allows you to kind of connect deeply with Scottish culture. We really try and get you to get a taste of local and authentic culture at the same time. If you can go to the next slide, Katerina. Brilliant, thank you. So just in terms of some general logistics of what's included for those that might be applying for the course or interested in joining us next summer, it does include accommodation provided in university residences, private bedroom with ensuite bathroom and shower, and you're also sharing with other students as well in shared kitchen and living spaces. There is a meal plan as well, so generally it's full board Monday to Friday, and then breakfast at the weekends as well. And that mix actually gives students kind of the best of everything. They can take advantage of that meal plan, but they also have the facilities, the self-catering facilities to be able to do what they like at the weekends. They'll have access to the university's extensive sports facilities. And the main thing that we always really emphasize with our summer programs is that while they are here, they are in essence as if they were regular St Andrews students. So they're fully integrated students that have access to the library, IT, support services as well. I realise it's not on there, but we do also, for the Fulbright participants, we do offer airport transfer to and from St Andrews, normally from Edinburgh Airport, I believe, which is kind of just about an hour away or so. And then alongside the academic programme, we do have excursions, cultural, social activities, and we do welcome events, quiz nights, we do weekend trips, really to get students out and about. And to be able to connect with the rest of the cohort as well. The Scottish Highland Games is in essence like a mini Scottish Olympics that takes place all over towns in Scotland. It's a highlight of students' time in Scotland, we found from last year. And actually this year we've even extended the programme for this course by an additional day to make sure that these students are able to go. They just missed out last year just through dates, but they'll be able to attend. And it's a fully Scottish affair all day, and really one that they want not to miss. Our applications are open at the moment. There's a QR code there. You can go. You can either apply via Fulbright. You can apply direct as well. I think that's something I always like to state. More information, you can visit our website through the QR code. If there's any questions, can answer them in the chat or our email address there as well. So yeah, we look forward to seeing some of you here for next year and next summer. And with that, I'll hand you back to Katerina.
Great. Thank you so much, Johnny. And as he just said, he will stay on the call. So if you have any questions, just pop them in the Q&A box and he'll be able to answer them. All right. We'll be moving on now to Queen's University Belfast. Unfortunately, our university rep couldn't be here today, but Laura kindly agreed to step in and present on Queen's behalf. If you have any questions that we can't answer today, you can always send us an email and we'll make sure to answer them afterwards. Okay, over to you, Laura.
Thank you. So yeah, let's start with a bit about Queen's, the university, as well as the city in which it is located. So as you can see from the map, which sort of helpfully points out where Northern Ireland is and then where Belfast is located within that. Queen's, or QUB, was founded in 1845, making it the 9th oldest university in the UK. It's like pretty decent, medium sized at about like 25,000 students, and it is a member of the Russell Group universities. It was ranked in the top 200 universities according to this year's QS World Rankings. And they are very proud of their student union, which was ranked #1 in the UK according to the What Uni Student Choice Awards last year. Belfast is the UK's most affordable student city. And because of its location, obviously with its neighbors being the Republic of Ireland, but then also being a part of the UK, it offers both a mix of British and Irish culture. So the academic program for the Summer Institute is quite unique in its structure. In the first week, all the students across the whole summer school will study together and they will get this sort of academic foregrounding in basically the location that they're in. So it's Belfast, culture, identity, history, and politics. And then for the rest of the Summer Institute, students will be divided into different groups based on the strand that they want to spend the rest of their Summer Institute time studying. The strands that QUB has on offer this year are divided societies, Irish studies, leadership, and story creative writing. So applicants should make sure that when they are writing their application for QUB, that they know and can explain and articulate what strand they are going to be choosing. In terms of the social program and support, they will have welcome and farewell events. There will be a traditional Irish Céilí, which is like a dance. You can see a photo of it below. There will also be field trips to the North Coast, which is known for its natural beauty, as well as Derry, Londonderry, which is a site of sort of political interest. It sort of has an important role in the history of sort of North Ireland's political relationships. They'll also have access to a dedicated summer school coordinator, and there will be accommodations for students that need them, as well as a well-being drop-in service, and lastly, 24/7 accommodation and campus security. So what can students expect at QUB? As far as the accommodation goes, this is located in a purpose-built student village that's really, really nice. It's only a 15-minute walk or 5-minute bus ride from the main campus. And from my experience in Belfast, I can say that the bus system and the sort of public transport writ large is quite reliable. They will have their own private ensuite rooms as well as shared kitchen and communal areas. And what is also included is the airport pickup and drop off. So students will come into one of the two airports sort of in or around Belfast, and they will be picked up by QUB staff, and then they will be transferred at the end of their summer institute from their accommodation to either one of those airports. Of course, the tuition fees, as well as any like social or cultural activities that they'd be invited to on the program, is included as well. There isn't a meal plan, but they will be given a £400 food stipend that they can use to eat out anywhere in the city, or more likely to buy groceries at supermarkets, which are very conveniently located, and then they can make themselves in those shared kitchen spaces. And lastly, there's also access to a gym as well in the accommodation.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Laura, for presenting these slides. We're now moving on to the University of Bristol. Alex, would you like to present these slides, or are we waiting for Joanna to join us?
I'm here. Joanna's going to start with the first few slides, and I'll come in at the end.
Sorry, Joanna, I didn't see you there.
Not to worry, not to worry.
So let me introduce you first, Joanna. So Joanna Birch Brown is a senior lecturer at the Department of Philosophy and the academic lead of the Arts, Activism and Social Justice Summer School at the University of Bristol. She writes and teaches on contested heritage, reducing prejudice, Black philosophical thought, and environmental ethics. She enjoys working collaboratively with institutional leaders, community-based partners, and policymakers. Thank you for being here today, Joanna. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so the Arts Activism Social Justice Summer School is a real joy as a program, and we've run it for many years in different configurations. It takes place in Bristol, and if you know anything about the UK, you may have heard that Bristol is a very artsy city. It's a hilly and beautiful city. It has culture from around the world. There are 91 languages spoken here, and we even have a organization called 91 Ways, which brings people together to share food from different countries, and that gives you a kind of a sense of the vibe of the city. We have a beautiful river and a suspension bridge and all this beautiful architecture. And we also have a very complicated history as a city, which I've had the privilege to have conversations with people over many years, starting to grapple with the history of the legacies of slavery in Bristol. Bristol played a big role in transatlantic enslavement. It was one of the three most influential cities in the UK in terms of the scale of its role. So this program grows out of a kind of citywide movement that was really guiding the city towards grappling with that history in a direct way. But that citywide movement has grown and has many different threads. And so what we've now kind of got as a program is a beautiful program of mixture of academic sessions and practitioner-led artistic sessions. So it's very different from most other learning experiences. What students will be doing most days will be, we're planning to start in the morning with an academic session, and then in the afternoon, they'll have a practitioner session. So in the morning, they might be studying with Foluke Adebise, who is an expert in African jurisprudence and the environment, and will help the students to look at the ocean from kind of looking at justice from the perspective of the ocean. They might have a session with an expert in migration, the head of the Migration Mobilities Institute in the University of Bristol, they might have a session with, people from a wide range of different disciplinary backgrounds, bringing an academic perspective that links in some way to arts activism and social justice. And then in the afternoon, they will be doing things like learning from Jasmine Coe, who's the first Aboriginal British artist to set up an Aboriginal-owned art gallery in the UK. So she curates an art gallery and has a very deep knowledge of land and country and the ways that Aboriginal art express wisdom. And she also has her own family background that she teaches from. We have Tara Miran, who's a Kurdish activist and sort of strengths-based community organizer. We'll have a tour of the city of Bristol from the Barton Hill History Group, doing really exemplary local history. So I think that gives you a sense of the kind of range of types of learning experiences the students will be having. They'll have the theoretical side more in the mornings, and then going and learning from a really wide range of different creative practitioners in the afternoon. And we also will be working with them around developing their own changemaker ideas. So one of the pre-program tasks for the students will be for them to start to develop an idea of a proposal for a change that they would like to make. And that links into my own background. So I'm the academic director, but I have a company which is called Bridging Histories. And we do a wide range of different creative change-making work, grassroots-led change-making. So that will be part of my contribution. You can go to the next slide if you want. Yeah, so I guess I mentioned Jasmine earlier. So this is Jasmine Coe at the top picture with her latest exhibition, which is on now. And then at the bottom of the page, you can see Faluke. I suppose I've covered this, so you'll have academic sessions. They'll get to learn by example from lots of different, very inspiring, creative people. You'll have creative and hands-on sessions. There'll be skill building sessions. So that is, training session on how to produce a podcast, or a training session on how to work with the media and how to campaign. And then encourage you to be developing your own practice. And the students will be also, every year we have an amazing cohort of students who come with a wide range of different backgrounds and experiences. So learning from fellow students is always pivotal, really, to this program. Next one.
Thanks, Joanna.
Okay, over to you, Alex.
Thank you, Joanna, and thanks so much for introducing the academic programme. Just to set the context, so I've been collaborating with Joanna as an academic within the Department of Philosophy for a number of years. My name is Alex Thompson. I run the Bristol summer programmes in a range of portfolio of accredited programmes that the University of Bristol offers. So I just wanted to go through some of the nuts and bolts really about the experience of students while they're with us on a Bristol summer programme. And just to really start with that, the fact that the university is a global top 60 university. We've got international reputation and a world-class campus. And we're in the heart of the city. So we are really connected to the parts of the city that Joanna was talking about. And we take our students not just to the classroom, but around the city as well to meet different communities that she's already mentioned. We are an accredited program as well. So we will offer students, completers of the programme, a transcript and 10 UK or University of Bristol credits, which they can take back to their home institution and look for interpretation of that credit to be integrated into their home transcript, should that be available to them. Joanna's already done a really great job of introducing Bristol and the vibrant kind of culture we have here. And to say, from the student perspective, we have fantastic feedback from our students about the way they enjoy the local city and all it has to offer in terms of music and activity and theatre, and a range of activities that they access independently during their time with us in Bristol. Just to say that students are fully registered at Bristol. They can expect to have a university ID and an email address, and they're fully integrated into the University of Bristol's student community. And with that, it comes access to a range of university services. So as you can imagine, access to library services, but also access to things like mental health support and wellbeing services. And they can become part of the university's gym if they so desire for a short term on a special offer. So they really are, we do treat them as fully registered University of Bristol students, albeit for a few short weeks. We have a full range of pastoral services. So me and my team, we essentially spend all day, every day in the university halls of residence where they're staying. More on that in a moment. But we do have a team of dedicated student mentors. These are current University of Bristol students on programs, often with studying with Joanna. And they will escort the group of Fulbright students and the remainder of the Summer Institute students around Bristol and support with their arrivals and inductions and orientations, campus tours, and really getting them started off on the best foot for their time in Bristol. And they're very, very useful to us through the 3 weeks of the student stay. Just to move on to the accommodation situation. So we do use our own University of Bristol halls of residence, a short walk away from our main academic campus. Students can expect to have a single room, which would be with a sink and shared bathroom facilities. And there's also a kitchen. We do have, despite there being a kitchen with cooking and dining packs, we describe our programs as half board. So there's a 2-course continental and famous English breakfast available in the mornings. And then there's a 2-course dinner in the evenings as well. So it's a main course and dessert. We don't offer lunches during the programme because we find that students tend to be out and about and have the choice of what's on offer from university eateries and also the city centre eateries. The halls of residence provides a really lovely experience and environment. There's communal gardens, tennis courts, basketball court, etc., and a common room that they can often use in the evenings. And to accompany the academic programme, as well as the kind of residential and pastoral aspect, we have a integrated leisure and social programme. So this can really be described best as weekend excursions, where we take students out of Bristol on day trips to local cities in the region. Regional cities, I should say, really. So we tend to travel up to about 2.5 hours away from Bristol, sometimes to places like Windsor on the west side of London. City of Oxford, we might go to Bath or Cardiff. And in the evenings, midweek, we tend to offer 1 or 2 events per week. This could be things like a harbour boat cruise through Bristol. We book escape rooms or interactive kind of sports events. So students can expect to do 1 or 2 of these events per week, leading up to the final kind of day of our programme, where we celebrate and congratulate ourselves on a fantastic academic and cultural programme.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you, Joanna. If you have any questions for the University of Bristol, feel free to pop the questions in the Q&A box, and they can answer them either now or later at the end. We will now move on to our next Summer Institute. Welcome, Grace. So Grace Naylor is the Global Experiences Officer at Lancaster University, where she's responsible for coordinating and administering the university's inbound Global Summer Schools programs and managing the delivery of the 2026 Global Summer Schools. She's herself a former Lancaster University alumni who did study abroad here in Ottawa in Canada and previously worked for 2 years in the Global Engagement team. So over to you, Grace.
Thank you very much, Katerina, for the lovely introduction, and thank you to everyone who's joining online. So I'm going to be talking today about the Film Summer Institute at Lancaster University. So before I begin, where is Lancaster? So we are based in the northwest of England. We offer a unique combination of city, coast and countryside. Places that you may have heard of, like Liverpool and Manchester. We're about an hour and a half away train journey, and about 2.5 hours from Edinburgh and London. Lancaster is a campus university, so we occupy a 570-acre parkland campus, so there's everything that you need there. Obviously, to students, if you didn't want to leave, you don't have to. We've got a pharmacy, we've got the gym, we've got libraries, hairdressers, various shops. So yeah, anything that you need is on campus. We're also proud to be one of a handful of UK universities that has a collegiate system. So when students come to the summer schools programme, we allocate them one of our 9 colleges, and then they'll take part in a college cup day, which is sort of like a fun, friendly sports day competition. For sometimes explaining to students who don't understand what a collegiate system is, so we kind of use the Hogwarts analogy from Harry Potter. So it's kind of like being sorted into houses, but it's not a magic hat that sorts them. It's me that decides which college people get into. And obviously we can't mention this, but we are a highly ranked global university. So we're consistently in the top 15 in major UK league tables, and we have a global community of over 180,000 graduates from 190 countries, and we currently have 5 strategic global partnerships at the moment in China, Germany, Ghana, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Next slide, please. So the programme is our Film Global Summer School. So it's a 3-week programme from the 6th to 24th of July. Students will arrive on the 5th, so Sunday the 5th of July, and then depart on Sunday the 25th. So over the 3 weeks, students will develop an understanding of the formal and technical compositions of films and the wider conventions of cinema through collaborative environments and independent learning opportunities, whether that be lectures, seminars, practical workshops. There'll be 3 film screenings, and at the end, students will work on a film group project. Topics for what students will study will be cinematography, screenwriting, and there'll be practical camera and sound workshops, and they'll work closely with the academic lead and tutors on sort of the pre and post-production and the editing of their films. It's a really collaborative experience, and it's not just for students who are currently already studying film. Anyone with an interest in, in film and wanting to, tell their stories and, find their voice is welcome to apply. It doesn't quite say it on the slides, but it is an academic credit-bearing programme, so it's equivalent to 15 Lancaster University credits, which I think is equivalent to 4 US or 7.5 ECTS credits. Next slide, please. So what's included? So in addition to tuition, really lucky that we've got guaranteed catered ensuite single room on-campus accommodation. So students will have their own private room, and then it'll be shared in a block of flats, usually about 8 people per flat. So there'll be shared kitchen and sort of, like living room sort of spaces. It is catered, so all meals on campus are provided. So that's breakfast, lunch and dinner. In addition to that, we organise a wide range of evening social activities, one of which is an optional castle tour. So I purposely put the beautiful historic Lancaster Castle behind me. So each day we'll run about 1 or 2 social activities in the evening. So it could be crafts, it could be sports activities. We also do a talent show and karaoke evenings. And board games as well. So hopefully there's something for everyone, and that is led by our wonderful, super friendly team of summer school ambassadors. We also organise weekend trips to various locations around the UK. This is at an small additional fee, about £20, £25, just to cover the cost of transport. So previous locations have been the Lake District, Manchester, Liverpool and York. It's all completely optional though, so students can use their weekends to explore, like go to London or Edinburgh, for example. And as I mentioned before, then you get, upon successful completion of the programme, you'll be awarded an official Lancaster University transcript and academic credit. And on the final day, students will be awarded a certificate of participation. I should say on the final day, we showcase the films that the Film Summer students produce, and you always get such a huge round of applause. Everyone is, really proud of what the students have accomplished, and it's really amazing to see, what the films have been produced. They're very, very creative. Other services available are airport transfer. So we ask students to fly to Manchester Airport, which is our closest airport. It's about an hour and a half away. So we'll arrange that for them there and back. In addition, students are also considered Lancaster students. So in addition to, IT account, email access, library access, students will have access to our disability support and student wellbeing services. As part of the programme, we also offer an optional academic writing workshop. So as part of the assessment components, students will have to write a reflective essay, so they can attend this workshop to help, develop their essay writing skills. We also put on a careers and postgraduate study workshop for students. So within the careers workshops, they can able to sort of explain to the students how they can take their skills and their learning from the summer schools and apply that to their future career, whether that be applications or and also postgraduate study opportunities as well at Lancaster. I think I've mentioned everything else. Oh, in addition, there is 24-hour security on campus, so it's a very nice and lovely, safe place to come to. And that's it from me. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Grace. Grace will stay on as well to answer any questions you might have. We will now move on to our final Summer Institute, presented by Gorka Hernandez, who's the head of King's Summer Programs, leading the strategic development, academic innovation, and delivery of King's international short course portfolio. He provides academic and curriculum leadership across pre-university, undergraduate, and professional programs while shaping long-term portfolio direction and expanding global partnerships. Thank you for being here today, Gorka, and over to you.
Thank you very much. It's been great hearing about the fantastic opportunities offered by my colleagues across the UK. I'm Gorka, head of King's Summer Programs at King's College London, and I am pleased to round things off by introducing what makes the King's experience unique and how our summer programs can enrich your academic and personal journey. Let me begin with some introduction about our college. King's College London was founded in 1829 by King George IV and the Duke of Wellington, and today it remains as a founding member of the Russell Group, as many other institutions here today, which is a group of distinguished UK's most research-intensive universities. Our alumni include 15 former heads of state and 14 Nobel Prize winners. And according to the QS World University Rankings, King's is ranked amongst the top 3 in London, top 5 in the UK, so this slide is incorrect, and top 31 worldwide, so it's also incorrect in this slide. King's is also the most centrally located university in London. It is right next to Covent Garden and just a short walk from Soho, Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, the National Gallery, Westminster Abbey, etc., etc. Next slide, please. Let me tell you a little bit about King's Summer School. Each year, we offer more than 50 open enrollment and bespoke undergraduate and pre-university modules, and we welcome over 2,000 students from over 60 different countries. Students joining us through the Fulbright program will have the opportunity to take 2 intensive 2-week modules, spending a full month studying in one of the most vibrant cities in the world. The first course, Britain, Institutions, Power and People, explores what defines modern Britain by examining key institutions, power structures, and the communities that shape them. And this course is followed by another one called Critical Approaches to Sustainability and Development, which is also a 2-week module that offers an interdisciplinary critical perspective on the contemporary challenges of climate change and sustainable development. Next slide, please. So, in brief, what can students on this program expect? So, you will take 2 fantastic modules together equivalent to 6 US credits, with classes held on our Strand campus, which is the most central campus. Classes run Monday through Friday, typically in the morning for around 5 hours each day. So it's in total 90 contact hours in 1 month. You will stay in single en suite accommodation. You will receive £30 per diem, for meals, and you will have a travel card to help you explore the city. You will also enjoy a full social, cultural, and sporting program alongside the rest of our summer school students, plus access to King's facilities, including libraries, social spaces, etc. So throughout the month with us, you will have opportunities to visit guided museum visits, participate in sports tournaments, and be part of social events and much more. So this is our second year participating in this program, and after such a fantastic experience with last year's cohort, we are very much confident that the next group of Fulbright program students joining summer programs will be just as exceptional. Thank you very much for listening, and if you have any questions, please let me know.
Great. Thank you so much, Gorka. And thank you so much for all the wonderful presentations.